Heyo everybody, Haku here with a discussion video. I just got done recording the hot or not stuff. If you're seeing this and my voice is a little off. Yeah, I just recorded that, a discussion video for this week's Tower of God chapter. Chapter 568, Season 3, Episode 151. Didn't take any notes, just doing this off the top of my head. And the reason I'm doing it is because if you watched the reaction this week, I was having some computer troubles during the reaction. And between me being annoyed, with the troubles, me, trying to make sure I don't lose my video or whatever, I didn't really do a long discussion or anything, but this was a really good chapter. And not just a really good chapter, but a really good chapter worth discussing. Like, sometimes you can get a good chapter, but there's not too much to say about it. But this merited a teeny bit of discussion. So it's probably only going to be a short few minutes. But I thought you guys deserved a little bit more of a discussion. So yeah, and I didn't do it in the reactions, I'm going to do it here. So a few of the things, I guess we'll just hit a couple points since I'm keeping this short. So there's the weirdness of how all of this Lilial Shilial stuff works. We don't know yet. I don't know if we'll ever know the exact details. So I think that it was implied that Laura did it with the snakes. I'm going to just say it. She did it with the snakes. And when I was first reading, in my reaction, I didn't really say anything aloud, but I thought to myself, the incest is weirder than the snakes. And then I caught myself and I'm like, is it though? What's weirder? The incest or the snakes? Because the snakes have the potential mental capacity of a human, so that would make them human level, I guess. I don't know what's weirder. So I think that genuinely it's so weird because all we heard about Traumeré was how nobody ever sees him. He's always holed up in his room or whatever. I guess Traumeré is actually Lilial's father with his own granddaughter, if I'm getting the family tree correctly, Laura. So he is the great-grandfather and also the father of Lilial. I kind of think that maybe it wasn't twins all along. Maybe she did the dirty with the snakes, and somehow through Tower of God science and logic, we ended up having Shilial, who the snakes are the father of, and Lilial, who maybe Traumeré is the father of. And then the snakes were fed to Lilial to make her stronger, or whatever. Or maybe that's just something that they said and the snakes were actually also fed to Shilial, but I'm willing to believe what Shilial said. I'm willing to believe what she said and think that, she was strong enough to be born and not need the snakes. And that she's more the daughter of the snake. She has the same hair and eye color as the snake's eyes, the pinkish. So I do kind of believe she's the snake's daughter. The other daughter is more Laura-like, and that's why Laura favors Lilial more and treats her better, and why Shilial potentially is the way she is. Also, I don't think that Laura did this completely consensually, because I think it's another twisted play by Traumeré, being the weirdo that he is. I think this is Traumeré's doing, in general. It's a very weird situation. I don't think we will ever get a real, full, detailed explanation of how exactly it works. But that's my prediction, or the theory, my headcanon. That's the way I understand what I have read. That's what I'm going with. That's like a possibility, at least. So yeah, it is weird. I feel bad for the snakes because of the way Lilial treated them. I don't know, Lilial has just been making herself more and more and more unlikable. And to tell you the truth, if you think I'm siding with Lilial over Shilial, you got me fucked up. I am not. Shilial, I am going to be on the side of 100 times out of 100 versus Lilial. So yeah, she was cooler. I don't know. I liked her character at the end of this chapter. I think her design is so much better. Her outfit she was wearing here is awesome. So yeah, I just like her a lot more. And generally, she was less of a jerk than Lilial. And I think that plays a big part. I feel like there was at least something else I had to say, but I mean, I guess maybe not. Guess maybe I should go ahead and end this in 5 minutes. Let me scroll through the chapter really quick, see if there is anything. Ending it on a joke is so funny. Like, ending a chapter like this serious and everything on a joke, I think that was a really fun cliffhanger. Let me just scroll through really quick if there's anything else. So it's interesting that she's willing to go through with the marriage with Bomb, to protect her family, and because she has that ambition. It's very interesting. I wonder if there's anything else. I don't necessarily think there is any other big thing that I didn't already mention here. I mean, the snakes, you find out you have another daughter. Your first daughter was a jerk to you, so you're like, I'm going to go find your mother and she can explain this. It's like crashing through all the doors of the hotel, like, we're finding Laura at this point. Yeah, man, just the call scene on the pocket was so cool. Lilial's so cool. And like the sad face that the snake guy made. Okay, yeah, one more thing to bring up. One last thing. I don't know if this would be a criticism or not. It's more of just my thoughts, and I am kind of curious what your thoughts are. I don't know if I like the explanation of the snake strands and the serpent master that much. Somebody brought up in the comments, it's really cool how, you know, they said Cobalt was a frog who became a deity after eating 10,000 snakes or whatever. And that might have something to do with this. I don't know if I like the lore. I don't know if I like the explanation. And my big reason why is because the snake charmer is huge, apparently to Andrasi. I thought seemingly to the princesses as a whole. And I thought the snake charmer was going to be a really important character. And having this explanation makes the snake charmer seem less unique. And I don't like it in that sense. I don't like it in the sense that it makes the snake charmer seem less unique. But either way, I don't know if that's a huge criticism, because it's just like, I don't prefer this. I don't prefer this, but it also is what it is. It's not that big a deal. But yeah, either way, curious to hear what you all have to say. I'm going to end it here. It was just a really super quick discussion, just because I thought you deserved one after I cut the reaction kind of short this week. But yeah, either way, that's it. Thank you for watching. Like if you did like the video, comment on there. Tell me what you thought of any of this, my thoughts, or whatever. Subscribe for more. Tower of God, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, ask and I'll give you one. If you would like to help support the channel on Patreon, it's patreon.com/Haku of the Tubes, or a link will be in the description. If you'd like to become a channel member, just hit join down below. Patrons and channel members get a shout out, so thank you to people who are already patrons and members. Thank you to Chosen Regular Evan Holly, Magical Girls, FR Nono, Huarion, and Smeller Dog, Cheriton Student David Langstaff, and Slayer Candidate SG. Massive, massive thank you to all of you. Massive thank you to everyone for watching, and I'll see you all next time.